washed up on the shore here, and there's actually another one right over there. I'll give you guys another look at this fish as well. Our photographer Juan's getting some video of it right now. Just devastating. This is so sad. There's one. We have some small ones over here. And we have this massive fish right over here. Washed up on the shore at Cayo Costa State Park. I am not barefoot, Sean. I am wearing shoes. I see all your comments. You're all saying so sad, so devastating, unnecessary. These reactions have echoed Southwest Florida. Many people feel the same way. We've seen these fish kills on Sanibel Island yesterday, Fort Myers Beach yesterday as well. It's devastating. You see the maggots there? Oh, this is disgusting. Oh my gosh, it smells bad. Someone said earlier in this chat that this is a grouper fish. I think so? Grouper, yeah. Found another fish kill over here as well. Two large fish washed up on the shore of Cayo Costa State Park. Here's this one. How big would you say these fish are?
That's 50 to 75 pounds.
This one here is about 50 pounds, 50 to 70 pounds. The one that I just showed earlier is definitely a couple hundred pounds. These are very large fish washed up on the shore.
It's a protected species, flatfish.
What? What is?
Flatfish, they're protected.
What kind is it?
Goliath.
Goliath? Goliath grouper fish.
Yep, but you can't hurt them, you have to
What?
catch them, but you can't hurt them, you have to release them, you can't keep them.
See some smaller fish over here. And then this one's a couple hundred pounds. That's bigger than me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's right, Kelly. They are supposed to be protected. These fish right here. They say if you ever catch one, you have to release them back into the water. Unbelievable. So just tuning in, we're along the shore at Cayo Costa State Park, and we were actually just heading back to the boat ramp when we saw two large fish wash up on the shore, and we just pulled up here and saw both of these. This one's a couple 100 pounds, and Anthony, we're at Cayo Costa State Park, right near Boca Grande. We were heading back to the boat ramp at Boquilla Island when we came across these two fish. Very large fish. Definitely something sad to see. There's another one right over here. I know in the last week or so we've seen dead manatees, sharks, sea turtles, smaller fish, and we've seen very large groupers here. Yesterday we were at Sanibel Island and one woman called it Death Beach. She said she's never seen it like that. She's been visiting for 30 years, and yesterday we saw thousands of dead fish on Sanibel Island. This morning we saw some on Boca Grande. And on our way over to Cayo Costa State Park, we saw several dead fish in the water. There was a line of them about 100 yards long. And then we were heading back to the boat ramp when we saw these two groupers wash up on the shore. We were trying to circle around Cayo Costa State Park when we saw these. And we had to stop and see what kind of fish they were. And it looks to be 50 to 70 pounds, this one. Some smaller fish over here. And this one is definitely a couple 100 pounds. It's massive. And just so sad. Andrew, that's so right. There are no birds around. You see these maggots? They are everywhere. We were on the other side of Cayo Costa State Park, and there were so many maggots on the beach. I've never seen that before, and it was so disgusting. That's a really good question. Where are all the birds at? These maggots are just disgusting. we actually saw way more maggots on the other side of Cayo Costa State Park. And we're actually riding along with Captain Jeff Nelson. You might know him if you're from the area, if you ever got on a boat tour with him, but he had us ride along and he was shocked to see this as well. He says that these waters are usually beautiful, crystal clear blue. You can see that they're brown, they're murky. He says you can usually see the bottom. Ooh. He says you can usually see the bottom, but as you can see, you can't really see the bottom at all, actually. And then we're seeing small fish kills, large fish kills, maggots. He says normally this is a very popular destination for families. He usually sees people walking along the beach here, and you can see that it's empty. Nobody's here. It's a ghost town. And I think we all know why. One. I can't. And I don't know if you guys ever seen maggots at the beach. I never see maggots at the beach, but there are maggots everywhere. We have not seen one single bird today. We've seen several dead fish. We were on Boca Brand earlier. We saw some, but never this big. This is a couple 100 pounds, this grouper right here. The red tide's really bad up here. We were looking at the Florida Fish and Wildlife map on the red tide status here, and says it's pretty high. There's another grouper. Ruth, that's right. It seems to be never ending. People keep telling me that this is very shocking to see because we know red tide happens every year. But a lot of people are blaming the Lake O releases for the magnitude that we see these fish kills and algae blooms. People keep telling me they never seen it this bad. I'm sure you guys are aware of the blue-green algae that has been affecting our waters, the fish kills that have been plaguing our beaches. It's terrible. Absolutely devastating. And these fish that you see right here, they're protected. If you ever catch one of these in the water, you actually have to throw them back in. And we see them here wash up on the floor, on the shore. Tammy says, been here for over 47 years and never saw anything like this. Andrew says, never seen it this bad. This is the big one. The other day I was just at Cape Coral Yacht Club and a dead manatee washed up. Now biologists the other day were determining the cause of death, but it's so sad seeing more and more wildlife wash up on the shores dead. We've seen sharks, we've seen manatees, like I said, various fish, groupers, tarpons, you name it. This one here is a grouper. It's a particular type. I'd have to ask Captain Jeff Nelson, but I know people have been commenting, saying what kind of fish it is. Thank you, Lori. And there's also something else that you may never see at the beach normally, and that's these little guys. Maggots everywhere on the beach. And we've not seen one single bird in the sky this whole day. Look, not one bird. Oh wait, I see one right there. That's it. That's the only bird we saw. Look at these maggots. Yeah, maggots. Dealing with maggots this morning, fish kills, the brown water. People come to Southwest Florida to enjoy the beautiful beaches, the beautiful water that it has to offer, and it's been doing nothing but the opposite. Oh wow, look at all these maggots right here. Oh, that's so gross. Look how big this fish is. Right now we're on Cayo Costa State Park. We were on Boca Grande earlier. There were some fish kills over there as well, but we were actually just heading back to the boat ramp. We were done with the show. We did our last live shot at 8:30, and we were about a mile out from the coast when we saw these big fish wash up on the shore. So we pulled up and got a closer look, and this is what we found. Gabe, I've never seen this before. Have any of you? Anna, I'll be careful. Thank you. This grouper's like a couple 100 pounds, easily. And let me give you guys another look at this grouper over here that washed up on shore. This one's a little bit smaller. It's like 40 to 70 pounds. Just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah, we are in Florida. saw someone ask that question. We're at Cayo Costa State Park. We were driving around this morning, riding along with Captain Jeff Nelson. He was giving us a close-up look of the fish kills on Boca Grande, Pine Island, Cayo Costa State Park here, and came across these two very large groupers. Just so sad. Just so sad. And there's more little fish over here that we see washed up. And if you see the tracks here, it looks like they actually do a good job cleaning up this beach. So, oh, there's a crab right there. There's a dead fish every step I take. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, it's never ending. This entire beach is covered with dead fish. If I walked along this entire beach, it would easily be thousands of fish. Here comes our photographer Juan. He's been shooting us video all morning. Huh?
I'm gonna take some pictures for the web.
Okay. You want me back up?
Yeah.
I just saw someone. Jill, please let us know if you get sick in a few days or a week after being here. How's the smell? Well, Jill, the smell's really bad. It's been bad all morning. Captain Jeff Nelson and I have been coughing a little bit, but I'm hoping I don't get sick, but it's worth telling these stories because people need to be aware of what's going on. This is the first time we've seen fish this size on Cayo Costa State Park being washed up. And we're seeing maggots on the beach here. We haven't seen one bird in the sky. No, we see one right there, but not nearly as many as we normally do. Yeah, you're all right. I should be wearing a mask. Regrets. If Juan and I call off sick on Monday, you all know why. If you're just tuning in, we're on Cayo Costa State Park. We're on the shore here, and we came across two large groupers. This one's a couple 100 pounds. The other one over there is 50 to 70 pounds. We were actually heading back to the boat ramp because we just wrapped up the morning show, and from the distance, a good mile out, we noticed something was washed up on the beach. We didn't know what it was. What did we think it was at first, Juan?
We were worried that it was going to be a dolphin.
Yeah, we were worried it was going to be a dolphin or turtle. and come to find it's a grouper, and it's just as devastating. Terrible. So sad. I've never seen anything like this. I've only been living in Southwest Florida for 6 months. I started at Fox 4 in January. I used to be at WJC in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. I'm from Pittsburgh. And I'm seeing all of this for the first time. I've seen several fish kills in the past few weeks, but I've never seen fish this big washed up on shore. And I know many of you keep saying that you've never seen it bad in years. You've never seen it this bad in so many years. So that just shows you right there the magnitude of the red tide, the algae bloom. What's going on with the Lako releases? I mean, something has to be done. So many of you are asking, what's the solution? Is there a short-term solution, long-term solution? We've talked to the Army Corps of Engineers. We've talked to state officials. They've been getting the federal government involved. Mayors have gone up to Washington, D.C. with clean water activists in the area trying to get some help. Juan, can you hold this? They kind of want to compare how big it is. Compared to my foot to how long this is. Can you go right here? No, right over here. So here's my foot, and that just shows you how big this grouper is. Here's my foot right here. This grouper is at least 200 pounds, easily. And there's several small fish washed up on the shore. There's another grouper down there.
There's hundreds of small fish.
Hundreds of small fish. Every step I take, there's a dead fish. And there's a grouper down there about 50 to 70 pounds. This one's easily 200 pounds. I've seen maggots on the beach, which are just disgusting. I've never seen maggots on the beach, have you? So if you're just tuning in, we just got done with our morning show around 9 o'clock. We're heading back to the boat ramp. We did some stories at Boca Grande and here on Cayo Costa State Park, but we had to loop around Cayo Costa State Park to get back to the boat ramp. And from the distance, we saw two big fish washed up on the shore. We didn't know if it was dolphins, we didn't know if it was a shark, and we came over and saw that they're two groupers. at some of the fish kills that we found this morning. Very sad news, very devastating to see. We've been seeing fish kills all over Southwest Florida, manatees, sharks, small fish like the ones right behind me, and then these groupers over here, this one I was just showing you, and we've seen tarpons as well. So it's something that is very devastating, very sad. We're trying to push for answers on how to solve this because we've never seen red tide this bad before. Everyone keeps telling me they've never seen it this bad in years. So a lot of people are pointing the blame at the Lake-O releases, obviously the red tide and algae blooms. So we'll keep you posted on more of the red tide fish kills here in this area. Just stay with Fox 4 on air and online. We'll have more coming up tonight at 6 o'clock.